This is Cybersecurity Month, and my goal here is to protect your wallet. So stand by, this video is about to start. This is the Savage Scientist Ed right here, and I'm writing code in a police car. We about to cover this story of a Chase Bank customer who lost all her money at the hands of a scammer. This sophisticated, clever scammer was able to get this lady's two-factor authentication keys so she could log into her account and drain all her money. This article appeared throughout several newspapers, so if you Google it, you'll see it. So, this customer fell for a scam where somehow an attacker got a hold of her information through phishing campaigns, through dumpster diving. And these methods are old, especially dumpster diving. So customer information was available for a scammer to gain access to her account. So he could have made some type of transactions on Chase. And when Chase two-factor authentication kicked in, the scammer contacted the customer and asked her for the code by saying that her account was attacked and that we are sending out a new card. So the customer assumed that this was a real representative from the bank and gave the information from the two-factor authentication by him saying, oh, okay, so to verify that this is really you, I'm going to send you a code. And that's when he initiated a transaction. And that's the beginning of this scam. So the customer never got a call after 5 weeks of waiting, and she went to a local Chase branch and found out her account was drained of over $150,000. And Chase Bank told the customer, "You screwed. You should have did a little better in protecting your account." That's unfortunate because Chase is the type of bank that don't give a damn about its customers. So here's another thing to think about. Chase Bank normally sends this fraud detection, and they didn't do any of that. They just left this responsibility to the customer. I have had Chase call me several times. One day I decided I wanted to buy a domain name. So I guess Chase didn't trust GoDaddy.com, and several times they denied my transactions, so I almost lost my domain name. So Chase is too busy trying to protect themselves. Protect themselves from its own customers. I see if it was like this. All of a sudden, it's not Chase's fault whenever they didn't do what they had to do as a bank. So they put all the responsibility on the customer, and that is definitely wrong. So Chase is getting rid of text banking. Text banking is totally separate from what happened with this scam. So in a continuing effort to pass the responsibility to the customer, Chase has now made it harder for customers to access their bank account balances. And when you hit the BAL command on the Chase app, you're going to get this great message that say we removed this feature on 10/15/2023. I don't know if it's going to ever come back, but logging into the Chase app or using the Chase app to do anything is one of the worst things in the world. Here is my review on this BS of an app. This app is not a replacement for the convenience of text alerts. I have to sign in each time to check my balance. I have switched to USAA, and at least the USAA app has a great real-time balance widget, unlike this paranoid bank and this useless app. One person found my rant to be useful, so hopefully they're watching this video, because this is a continuation of that same rant. So I'm not the only one who is pissed about the bank doing this. So right here, this customer, Iana McCall, says that everything was working until it updated. And now it seems like she's having trouble authorizing the transaction. And I'm assuming that when Chase was eliminating text banking, they did not care to fix any of the problems they were having with the app. This guy on 9/15 also said that he is addressing that they're doing away with text alerts. Same thing I'm saying on the 21st. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. This bank do not care. So if you want to see a good alternative, even if you want to keep Chase as your bank, then the USAA bank has a great app for you. And this is the USAA mobile app. And I'm not trying to sell you on USAA. So I'm going to drop screenshots of the app so you can see its functionality. So if you could ignore this app's low rating on the Google Play Store. And I don't know what this app looks like on the Apple ecosystem, but hopefully there's an alternative. But you're not going to find anything like this on Chase. So let's take a look at this app. I'm able to see my Chase bank account balances, and I'm also able to see my USAA bank account balances. USAA bank account balances are updated to the second. So when I make a transaction on Chase, I have to refresh it. Now, it's not USAA's responsibility to keep track of my Chase account. And I realized that, and don't use the widget to refresh it. You actually have to go into the USAA app and refresh it there. But it's not hard. The USAA also uses the PIN number system, so you can easily get into the USAA app, which is much faster than having to type in a 20-character password or whatever your password. It is quicker. USAA nailed it when it comes to security. I don't know what the hell is going on at Chase, but I understand that they had this hacking incident where a customer gave their security code to an attacker, but Chase should have called the customer to verify that this transaction is real. And for it to happen 2 and 3 times to drain $150,000 out of someone's bank account, that's not anything that would just happen. That would have been my account. I spent $600 and they calling me. So it's Chase's fault. And now they're going to run away from the responsibility. Somebody needs to put them on blast for this. So this is enough of my rant. This is the Savage Scientist Ed. Till I make my next video. Peace out.